First referee, Asian International Referee. Candidate, Mr. Angela Hao. Second referee, National Referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. Let's call on our starting lineup from our Zus Coffee Thunderbelles. Let's begin with our team captain. She wears jersey number 8, Chloan Sofia Mondoniedo. At number 1, Michelle Gamit. Wearing jersey number 9, Gail Pascual. At number 13, Sharia Ancheta. Number 15 is guest player from Japan, Saka Tamaru. And number 22, April Tapia. Starting libero is number 11, Janina Zeta. Head coach, Mr. Jerry Yee. Calling on our Akari Chargers. Let's begin with jersey number 4, our guest player from the USA, Oluama Okaro. At number 5, Gretchel Soltones. Wearing jersey number 7, Camille Victoria. Number 13, Celine Eliza Domingo. Number 16, Ivy Keith Laxina. And number 18, Camille Angelica Cal. Starting libero is number 3, Alexandra Maxine Wangko. Head coach, Mr. Takayuki Noah. This match is under the supervision and regulation.
And just about ready to get underway with our final game of the day. Starting lineups for both teams. Zeta will be the starting libero for the Thunderbelles.
So far, it was the same starters they had last time against Chocomucho, except for Tapia. But for Akari, it is their successful set of starters which they had in that game against the Petrogas Angels. Camille Cal also starting for the second time this conference after that adjustment in the playmaking decision of Coach Taka during that long Chocomucho game. It was Camille Cal who set in the latter part of that game, and then they stuck with that adjustment in their latter games.
And so on the line is the winning streak of Akari. On the other hand, Zus likes to get a win already before the tournament, the format kicks in. We are in pool play. It's a short tournament if you think about it seriously, so you want to get as many wins as possible. First combination play, and quickly on the floor goes Laxina. Okaro pushes it over. The strike from the back row. Excellent work of the back row on both sides, Soltones and Corks. And we are still in our first set of passes. Okaro. Oh, good libero work on the other end. And Zeta unable to control it, then the back row unable to sustain the pressure.
Soltones, we did feature her earlier off the coverage, and she is starting strong again here against Zus Coffee, ending that very long rally at the beginning of this game.
You know, when we were talking about Zeta earlier, and when you get to this level of play, you kind of get used to the way it's done in college, and then you realize when you move up, the different kinds of spikers, may malakas, meron na magaling humulog, may mga experienced.
May Olympian pa nakalaban din nila last time. We have MJ Perez from the Signal HD Spikers. And ang ganda rin ng naging game nila against those veteran teams, talking about Signal and even Chocomucho, forcing them to force sets. So right now, Akari's winning streak, sabi nga natin, is on the line dahil very gritty itong Zus Coffee.
No other place to go to but Pascal takes it on 2. As we have Granny Reyes make her first report.
Thanks, Seven Mela. I got to speak with Gretzel Soltones of the Akari Chargers before this game, and we talked about their two reverse sweeps, which were no easy feat for any team to accomplish. And she told me that actually they were too happy they won against strong teams. Coach Taka reminded them na hindi porket nanalo sila, okay na sila as a team. They still are very far from that perfect game he expects from them. As a team, they're not there yet, especially tactically, defense and reception. Now they have the top scorer of the league in Oli Okaro, but there's still a lot that they can do to support her and ensure their place in the standings. Maybe that's something that Mela can touch on later, but you can catch this game and all other PVL games on the Pilipinas Live app, available only for 149 pesos a month. Back to the panel.
Galing ni Franny, no? Parang news pag nagre-report, para siyang nasa Malacanang nag-uulat o sa Congress. Ang linaw ng kanyang seryoso ang pagdilim. Pero nakangiti ho yun, ha? 3-1 po ang ating score. Akari with the early lead. There's the reverse set. That is into the net. Mondoñedo set. Maybe a little low for the attack.
And Tapia was also over-eager na maiwasan yung blockers. Of
That's
course, if she goes for cross-court, said Domingo, very talented blocker is there. So, sinabig masyado pa down the line and it resulted to an error.
How important, Mela, you played at different levels, is chemistry. So minsan may nagsasabi, it's not a matter of chemistry but system. You know? But how important is chemistry?
Well, we've seen that in so many cases sa cream line because, you know, there are lineups na if you take a look at it, multi-awarded, tapos sobrang daming mga, you know, talented players in their roster but could not translate it into wins, into, you know, podium finishes. But for teams like Creamline, time and time again have proven na chemistry is really their utmost priority kahit na they don't always get to recruit top players just like the other teams. They still convert it because of their familiarity and chemistry.
Oh, which is so important, really. Here's Oli Okaro and the distribution from the center. Kyle doing a good job of spreading the butter early on and the toast. It looks good as we have the spike of the set. Atin sa inyo ng Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
You know, echoing that sentiment regarding chemistry, itong case ni Cal and Okaro, that also reflects that concept because a lot of people, a lot of volleyball fans have also noticed na Okaro, she hits better with Cal instead of when Cobb is setting. But that's nothing to take away from Cobb. It's really just, you know, those players, may mga ganyan kasi talaga sila. All those players have, you know, preferred setters. So,
naman. And even sa training pa lang, you can feel it, you can sense it. Down the middle we go. The back row is hard at work. It's a Gretchen Soltones reached out for that downstairs. Here's the set. Tamaru! Danny Ravenna is right there. This is blocked. We've got some good blocking going on. Ravenna makes it a set. Okaro wakes it a tap. It's a net touch. The most depressing call in all of volleyball.
If there's anything to take away from that rally, talagang yung defense ng Zus Coffee is really challenging the attack advantage of Akari Chargers. But those errors, kailangan talaga maiwasan nila yon dahil lumalaki na rin yung abante dito. A 5-point lead established by the Chargers.
Big win earlier by Capital One against Choco Mucho in 5 sets. We kind of expected it. Diba? It was looking like a 5-setter, no question about it. In the meantime, this attempt is out and Akari hangs on to a 6-point lead as we arrive at the technical timeout mark. We'll have you back here at the Phil Sports Arena shortly. We bring you back inside the Phil Sports Arena, of course, our regular venue for the 2024 reinforced conference of the Premier Volleyball League. On your screens, we've got Akari undefeated in 3 starts against Zus Coffee. It's still looking for its first win after also 3 starts as well. Here comes Gretchen Sultones. Here comes the set. And rejection at the net. Akari doing a good job of watching the wall. Cal with the set. Excellent stretch. Laksina finds a way.
Ivy Laksina really thriving in that OH position. We know she's played it all. Opposite, middle, but this time, she's really doing good as an open hitter, supplementing the efforts of Oli Ocaro. She did score 18 points in their last match against the Petrogas Angels.
That's a lot. In the meantime, Ocaro on the receiving end. Cal with a push set. The strike that time by Seth Domingo. It's still very much in play on the other side. Zeta has to crank it over. Here comes Cal. What a set, and that is well done.
A lot of options really exploding for the Akari Chargers. And Cal doing a good job distributing her sets. Nakita natin some points from Gretchen Sultones, Laksina from Oli. And this time, despite Domingo being dogged the first time, binigyan niya ulit ng chance and she converts.
Very good point. It keeps the defense on the other side of the net guessing. And this is too hot to handle. It's the service ace. It's the first service ace. And we're going to have Jerry Yee press the timeout buzzer for a quick powwow with the Thunderbelles.
Apat na service, saan ang target? Hindi nyo pa rin alam? Hindi nyo pa rin alam? Hindi pa kayo ready? Anong variation? Short, long, same side. Sinabi na sa inyo, alam nyo na. Oh, sige, go.
You know, a timeout by Jerry is like visiting the school library.
Tahimik.
The head librarian can only whisper, but that's the style of Jerry Yee.
But in my experience, I'm just so surprised that he talks now. Because before, during our time, he lets the players talk during timeout.
Saan mo siya naging coach?
Since high school po, kalaban namin yung team that he coaches. And then UAAP.
But when you talk to him outside the game, he's very talkative. He's open. I remember talking to him about his College of St. Benil team, which is a champion team in the NCAA. He can express himself very clearly as well. In the meantime, Gretchen Sulton is my favorite dancer. No, kasi I say that because many years ago in the Asian youth, she was the lead choreographer of the group.
Very jolly player. So you know that on top of her talent, she also brings in that much-needed energy to the team.
Kailangan ng team. Kailangan ng bawat team yan. Mga Judith Abil. Yung mga sobra ang kape.
Sisi Rondina.
Actually, no, sa Choco Mucho, ramdam mo, they miss Sisi Rondina's explosiveness. But they will make do. And this current game is currently at 12-3. Akari creating quite a lot of distance. That serve is out of reach, and it is a service mistake.
It was a 10-point lead earlier, and they really struggled scoring that block point against Laksina. But when they finally do, they throw away via service error. So this time, second service ace from Akari, earlier from Sultones, this time from Domingo.
I would think they have a nice combination of players this time around for this tournament, this Akari Charger brigade. In the meantime, Sultones, said Domingo, trying it from another angle. Here's Tamaru, rejected. Angeles keeps it very much in play. The reverse set, it is blocked out.
Another person who's also going to be challenged in this game is the team captain, Mondoñedo. She was a best setter, former MVP also of the NCAA. Pero ang lalaki ng blockers niya eh. Talagang left and right. Ang lalaki ng mga duo niya, Victoria, Laksina, Ocaro. So she really needs to do more efforts with her playmaking right now as
Oh.
Ocaro scores another one.
Into the deep recesses of zone 1.
Substitution.
And we have Soyud and Cobb coming in for the first time.
Ito rin yung maganda when you establish a big lead, you allow the other players to have minutes as well on the court. Just look at that front lineup for Akari.
Oh boy.
Soyud, Victoria, and Laksina. Very tall lineup. Kahit sinong iikot eh.
It's like walking into the bamboo jungles of Japan, really. All those tall reeds. This is a nice push, but it is handled well by the defense. Soyud tries one. It's kept very much in play. Here comes Tamaru cutting it up. Laksina ends up rather ungainly, and the point belongs to Zus.
The thing about Japanese players, they're really very smart players. And, you know, Tamaru could have went for the power hit, but she saw na papasok na itong si Laksina. So, last second, she split to that cut shot.
Regalo. Yes, nicely done.
With a kill block.
The height is might for Gamit, towering above Mitch Cobb on that last sequence.
The real core of this Zus team is really the College of St. Benilde unit of Jerry Yee.
Let me go back to that point of chemistry. No? Kasi the reason why they are
yes.
able to fare with veteran teams is also because they have that core, that chemistry.
Ooh, slam bang action. Versosa. And that is why for the longest time, a team like F2 had chemistry because of the core being very much De La Salle University. In the meantime, we have the second technical timeout mark. Akari is in command of this match, 16-6, back momentarily. Patuloy natin suportahan ang ating mga atletang Pilipino sa Paris Olympic Games 2024. Panoorin ang games live from we started last July 26 all the way to August 11. So One Sports Plus, RPTV, TV5, that's a Pilipinas Live. Isang daang taon laban para sa bayan. Maraming salamat po. And so many interesting stories also happening there in the Olympics. Cathy Thieu is from Akari, of course, and she is with her family.
And with the first technical time.
Si Manong ba yan?
Yeah, I think so. Supporting Danny Ravena.
Paano nakapasok dito yan?
May time.
Mukhang in break ang kanyang liga sa Japan, and he recently came from Taiwan, of course.
7-16.
May utang pa ako dyan kay Danny Ravena. Pareho kami ng birthday kasi December 6. Ang lakas kumain ng batang yan. May utang akong buffet, akalain mo. 16-7 ang tali natin. Laksina to Michelle Cobb. The drop. Ooh, na-miss. Kita mo yung reaction ni Gretchen. Ang layo ko.
That was an excellent set by Michelle Cobb. Kaya lang, nakita ni Gretch, nag-adjust yung defense at pumasok. But she was already there for the drop.
This serve, however, too much on it. Gamit missing the target.
I think that's already the third service error of Zus Coffee.
2. Dalawa daw. Oh, pero you don't want service error, especially if you're playing behind 17-8. Masyadong maraming freebie.
And this time we see a new player on the court for the Akari Chargers. We have Isabella Macabak.
Yes.
And again, you know, these kinds of scores, pag malalaki na yung lamang, medyo less pressure for the team, allowing them to field in more talents and develop that game experience on the court.
Bilis ng lamang ng Akari. And they're not doing anything really special.
Yeah.
If you think about it, it's not an offensive blitzkrieg. It's too many errors, miscues on the other side. That's on the line.
Nothing flashy. The basic had been working well for the Akari Chargers. Meanwhile, yung basic naman, medyo kinakapos on the side of Zus Coffee. But finally, we see Ancheta targeting the end zone with that running hit.
Mondoniedo and the alternate libero is there for Akari. That's Max Wanko. Here comes the attack by Versosa. It's rejected by Soyud, who plays well at the net, actually. Oh, that's down on the floor.
Pascual, always a joy to watch. I mean, it's so nice to see NCAA stars also flourishing in the league. Some of the...
Boy, their team has been dominant for the longest
that's right.
time. And it's been very competitive in the NCAA. In the meantime, here's Cobb with this preparation for Sultanes. Taken care of by the libero. The back row strike. Did Tamaro get it?
Tamaro trying to replicate the efforts of Ancheta and the others who were successful targeting the end zone.
She was trying to send it to Coach Taka.
Coach, I was gonna say.
Kamusta ang buhay rito sa Pilipinas, Coach Taka? Hindi ka ba naiinitan? 1910. But I like your comment about the Japanese volleyball players being so heady, so smart.
And that's why a lot of our local teams have been holding training camps there.
Yeah, even our national team is practicing there. 19-11 is the tally here. Many of the teams are really in the developmental stage, like Capital One, Zus, for instance. Akari had their stint over the last 2 years, and they're slowly developing. I think there's a transition period that's happening in Philippine volleyball, actually. But we're getting ahead of the story. Laksina, the setup for Sultanes. That punches through, but kept very much alive. The reverse set, Tamaru. Did she get it? No, she did not.
Caro saying there was no touch in that last attempt. But you know the idea that Tamaro had in mind. Magpapacheck talaga sana siya because it's very hard to get past the blockers of Akari.
That's a tall and lean wall that you have to deal with. Isabel Bacabak wearing number 12. Ocaro is there and Laksina. Oh, solid spike, but handled well. Laksina's version. And that's out.
Danny Ravena really defending that ball well from zone 5. He slid all the way to zone 6, but nagkaroon ng problema in the conversion by Ivy Laksina.
And here comes Akari trying to tiptoe towards the finish line of this first set at 20-12. But the serve now belongs to Zus Coffee. So many elements of the Zus game has to be worked on. Their service, that's why they're not trying that many combination plays, trying to make it as simple as possible for the time being. But Bacabak will be serving.
They actually cover their game against Signal, and they started the same way, very slow, but after that they challenged the veteran teams in the latter sets. And in their last match against Chocomucho, ironically, dun sila nanalo nung first set, 25-14. Talagang tinambakan yung Chocomucho. But right now, they need to replicate also that kind of start because right now it's really looking slow.
You know, in many sports, it's all right to play catch-up. But I think in volleyball, if your start is very shaky and very delayed, it's so hard to catch up. The other team will somehow recover. Oh, mishit that time by Bacabak. The counter. Good slide to the floor on the other end. And the defense, Almazan with a good piece of work on the back row.
No, Ivy Laksina, she really hits the ball with the proper timing and height.
You know, that's a good point.
Iba yung juice yung tunog dun sa kanyang atake.
Alam mo, sometimes yung spike hindi sa form. It's a tunog eh.
Yung tunog at yung bilis.
Dahil nito, Tamaron checked at the net. And the rejection creates 23-13. The 10-point lead has been maintained.
Timeout.
Timeout now by Zus. Time to sneak in.
Ano mong kwenta yung mga dive-dive natin? Diba? Yung mga obvious. O yan na, may first ball si Dali. Oh.
Try lang convert daanan. Daanan natin. Bawi tayo agad.
May maintindihan. Sige na, sige na.
Gaan tayo sa loob. Gaan tayo sa loob.
The Akari Chargers, who are maintaining a winning run of 3 straight wins, trying to close out the deal here in the first set. They currently have a 23-13 advantage,
At the service
playing and just oozing with confidence here in the opening set. The 3 service errors by Zus not helping their cause. Here comes the reverse, the attack from the pipe. Not clean. Laksina creates. I think she missed it.
Ball is out.
That time, the set of Cal was a bit too tight. So Ivy Laksina unable to convert. Still a very comfortable lead for the Chargers.
Asaka Tamaru. Serving for the
Even
Thunderbelles.
Asaka Tamaru had been limited to just 2 points.
In the meantime, that serve brings us, and it's a mistake, it's the 4th service error and brings Akari to set point.
Right now, we're seeing an influx of errors on the side of Zus Coffee, and it's very contagious, no? Parang different players have really
Hawa.
emerged to commit these errors. But don't look now, Stephanie Bustrillo is the playing service specialist for Akari.
And the nice thing about the draft and the addition of teams, so many other players who were not able to get teams in the past are now moving up, getting to be involved in the professional league. In the meantime, Bustrillo will be serving at set point. 1-2. They get something to work. Mondoñedo makes that happen.
15.
What I like about Doñedo, she's very chill. And yung leadership niya, makikita mo talaga. And that common character of a good setter, like yung demeanor nila Gia, nila Louis Romero, she has it
and
too.
she reminds me so much younger younger version of Giselle Cheng. Diba? Yung snaberang maonto.
16.
You should see Remy Palma imitate Giselle Cheng. Nakakatawa. Snabera, sir. Snabera.
And also under the same college program.
College of St. Benil. Okay, I think we have our first inquiry or challenge of the match. Life was going smoothly until this moment. Not that I complain. It's just that it's there. 24-15 is the count.
They have really want to protect this very big lead and just finish set number 1. Stephanie Bustrillo, also very interesting to see her join the Chargers.
Alam mo, Mela, importante din. Ano? If you're a new team like Zus, you have to get to like and bond together. You have to do things together as a unit. Diba? Pampering, training. Diba? Well, the guys don't pamper, go to pampering together. Ito, muna. Serious stuff muna. Yan, no. Block touch. And the point will go to the other side, and the challenge for Akari, it will be only 1 left.
Now it's 16.
And going back to your point, Sir Sev, no, talagang yung bonding outside the court, very important. And you see a lot of veteran teams doing that, maintaining that relationship outside the court. Kasi nakikita mo how it translates inside the court. Walang ilangan, yung alam talaga nila.
And you can't be friends with everybody, no? But there were pockets of friendship that might help. But as long as you work well with each other and understand each other, imposible. Rotation problem. I sense it pag ganyan ang pito. Don't you love the reaction when there is a call like that? Yes. Okaro understands it now. Yes, I know. And I know. I got it. She had 31 points against Petrogas. She's out of the Arizona State program, of course, in the U.S. As Cal makes this perfect set. Victoria with an attempt down the line. Versosa flying in the air. Picked up by Gamit. No chance to attack. Cal. And a lot of power on that one. And that'll work for Catherine Almazan.
Almazan finishing things off for the Akari Chargers. And look at Cal really giving the opportunity to the young gun to score her first point of the game. The delight. The rest of the Akari Chargers after taking the first set.
And all of us will be right back with your second set here in the Premier Volleyball League Reinforced Conference very shortly. Dominant performance by Akari in the first set. 25-18 was the final count in 27 minutes of action. There was several occasions where they had 10-point leads, and their confidence was showing in the first set, Mela.
Well, clearly they dominated that set because they just had too much options compared to Zus Coffee. We've seen a lot of players, more than 4 players scoring for the Akari Chargers. On the other side naman, it's a struggle to really find out who's gonna step up on the side of the Thunderbelles. And also the Akari Chargers, they had 26% attack efficiency, not as high as their other performances in their previous matches. And itong Zus Coffee nakahabol din towards the end, equalizing the efforts of the Chargers on that department. But itong Akari Chargers had a lot of help from the errors of Zus Coffee. Imagine 10 free points coming off from their opponents, and on top of that, they also had more scores from other departments like blocks and aces, which really demolished the confidence that Zus Coffee was trying to build.
Which probably is the thing they need to improve here in the second set, is to work on believing that they can compete. Domingo, in the meantime, with a red-hot delivery down the right flank. Alam mo, si Sydney experienced in playing abroad yan, very recently. And her confidence is just soared. Soltones. And that corner is their territory.
And a very challenging role for middles talaga ay yung connection with the setter. Unlike yung mga wingers, itaas mo lang, napakadaling mag-convert. So we can't wait for her to flourish also.
Kasi yung mga middle, hindi pwede gumamit ng nguso pang direct na taas mo.
And very little time to adjust mid-air.
Kaya nga quick eh. Oh, and that was down the line hits. are making Akari thrive in this game. As we have Cal all set to serve. I like the way she sets us. It's with a certain pizzazz and confidence. She knows exactly what she's doing, and I messed her up with this service error.
Nabate. But you also like the vibe inside Akari's court right now. Because in the previous matches, actually the last 2 games, they lost the first 2 sets. So this is the first time we're seeing them again with a strong start, which they really committed to working hard on, as we see Okaro scoring another one from the opposite side.
That started with excellent switching on their side of the floor as we present to you this Duncan pasalubong ng bayan spike of the set. Pascual. Oh. Laksina kept it in play with the set. There's a bit of a hesitation there. Cal reverses, Soltones, and she will get it to score. Franny has a report for the second set.
Thanks. Fun fact for you and Mela. Last July 30 was actually the 1-year anniversary since the Karashki Ablaze won the PVL 2023 Invitational Conference. Of course, that was the team of Asaka Tomaru, who is now the reinforcement of the Thunderbelles. Now, Asaka is, of course, the most experienced player on this team, and she was brought in to help this young team and guide them. She brings in the maturity that they need, and it's something that Coach Jerry is actually looking for from his players. He's looking for that maturity, that endgame maturity, but also that enjoyment in what they're doing. Actually, earlier in the huddle, that's what he was telling them. Maglaro lang kayo and enjoy the game because they're moving too stiff against the Akari Chargers. Now, let's see if those words from Coach Jerry will make a difference in this set. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thanks, Franny, and probably the short version of the message of Jerry is chill lang kayo, laro lang. And we may not be able to stay in step with Akari, with the way Akari is flowing here today. But let's continue to learn, play together. There are teams that improve as the tournament progresses. In the meantime, it's currently 6-2 Akari, again creating some separation between them and the Thunderbelles. But I like the name Zus Coffee Thunderbelles because Zeus had thunderbolts as well. The mythic god, deity. It's 6-3 here as we report to you from the Phil Sports Arena. Very sporty time in all our platforms and channels. One Sports Plus, Pilipinas Live, and RPTV. This one is inside.
Ivy Laksina twisting in mid-air for that last hit. Ito rin makikita mo na nag-mature na rin siya sa position niya eh. Kasi she's very creative now.
I agree. And you know, that body type, she could have done any sport in her life and she would have done very well. You know, she could have been a basketball player.
Very athletic.
Oh, di ba? Even as a swimmer, just made to play sports. God said, you will be a sportswoman. In the meantime, here comes the set. That is not going to work, however, for Dallas Reyes. Okaro says, why is it still coming back? Soltones, Cal, I thought she'd go on too. Kept up with one hand by Victoria. Cut shot. Sabi ni Ivy, ito yan eh.
Tinuruan na.
Ganito lang yan. Uhulog ka lang. Ganito. 8-3 po ang score natin. Umabot tayo sa unang technical timeout ng ating pangalawang yugto. Very ironic second set so far for Zus Coffee. The points that they have registered in their number are all the errors of Akari. So they need to get their offense chumming or churning out here.
You also see Marina Tushova, who finished with 45 points earlier.
She's not human.
Setting a new record here in the PVL. The last was actually Priscilla from Akari.
Yes, and a big win by Capital One, which augurs that was a nail-biter of a game, huh? The meantime. Oh, flat hit. Very flat. Tamaru hit it with no spin, no wrist action, really flat. Challenge, eh? Interesting.
Mondoñedo was actually insistent that there was a check ball, but we're going to see with this challenge.
Oh, there's green card. Honesty. Fair play. I like that green card because it speeds up the game.
Yeah. Napapaga yung uwi ni Sir Sev. But sometimes there are challenges.
No naman.
There are challenges, I think, lasted 45 minutes before with TLDT.
Versosa on the back row ended up staring with Tamaru there. Bang, right through them.
Very easy point for Ocaro, especially with no libero on the side of the Thunderbelles. But talking about the libero, we did feature itong si Zeta earlier. But another underrated libero is itong si Julia Angeles. But this time around, Ivy Laxina, not underrated at all. She knows her value, and that's what she shows here in this game. Let's take a look at that again. Towering above her blockers.
Laxina has scored 7 points in the match so far. And this is at cruise control by Akari. Amaro foiled at the net. Mondoñedo pursues. Soldonis steady there. Oh, what a corner.
The coaches would say it's really the tougher balls to defend, yung long balls, because the defense pattern, you see the players really way inside.
Knock, zone 5, zone 6. Baka may tao. Delivery po. 11-4. First set ended at 25-8. There's a block at the net, but it's kept very much in play. Tamaru blocked, and she's just been sealed away from that net. They need something different here. And we're stepping into a timeout called by Zus Coffee.
Diba? Ang bagal ng bola natin, okay? Ang bagal ng bola mo. Okay? Sige, go.
Kasangat lang tayo, kuha tayo momentum. Daan lang natin sa loob.
Hindi na kaya ng balikat, magsabi na.
Yeah, I'm the drill! Yes!
Back in the series, F. Sarmenta together with Carmela Tunay, as well as Franny Reyes reporting to you for this match. Akari up against Zus Coffee. Akari trying to be, that's too strong. You know, their defensive system also not translating in transition to a clean offensive attack.
It's very rare to see Saka Tamaru really struggling this much. I think this is the game where she is most limited so far compared to her other outings.
Kung sa Tagalog, bantay na bantay siya. Oh! Ravenna was 3 feet away from keeping that in play. 13-5 count here.
Akari's also doing a good job targeting Saka Tamaru, really exhausting her energy dahil nakuforce na rin siya mag-commit ng errors, tina-target pa siya sa defense, but luckily Mondoñedo finding a way to score.
Failed to score. Serving for the Thunderbelles.
Michelle Cobb is back in. Laxina kept in play, and that's rejected. Tamaro again marked.
Turned back.
Literally nowhere to go for Tamaru. You see the frustrations out from her and Coach Jerry.
16 now.
Because we know that the main offensive weapon for the Thunderbelles is Asaka Tamaru. Sometimes we see other players like Pascual and even Tapia stepping up. But right now, everyone on their side
Yes.
is really relying
Well
on
said.
the
Right.
errors of Akari.
By the way, the veteran Janine Marciano is on the floor. Michelle Cobb put a hand on it, but it's so far out of play.
With a slide.
Coach Taka medyo napahabol na din. Napunta na sa kalahati ng court trying to get to the ball also. Great efforts from Gamit. A really reliable middle blocker and attacker. She always has high efficiency on those running attacks.
Cobb jumps for the set. Soltones uncorks. It's a check ball, I believe. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Yes. Yes, it's right. That's a good call.
Called on Zus Coffee.
The coaching staff, I suppose the coaching staff with Coach Billet, Ponce de Leon, were already making a call.
Neil Victoria.
Sandali, sabi ni record. The dad of Angel Canino is also there as one of the assistants. Here's a serve that's in play. Runner. Hey, Michelle Cobb, new libero. And that goes. 16-6 tally.
Second technical timeout. 16. Akari, 6.
Okay, we've arrived at the second technical mark, and it's a currently big lead for Akari, a familiar refrain of 10 points. We have you back with us here at the Field Sports Arena, and it is the time for Akari to play Zus Coffee.
Coach Shota also scouting some of the games here in Pool B.
And the PVL, all of a sudden, very global. Japanese coaches. There's a coach from China. Sabay ko nag-grocery sa Santolan Town Plaza na isang araw. I just said hi. In the meantime, the Filipino coaches are still there. In the meantime, this serve gets us underway with a continuation. Versosa, cut shot. Good one, but alert play by Akari. The reverse. They get that to bite.
With a slide.
Again, the efficiency of Gamit on those running hits are just very high. Even in their previous matches where she would score 9 points.
Ngayon, may 5 na siya.
Even against Sigma, she scored in double digits. At yan talaga yung pamatay go-to play nila.
So, kailangan siguro talagang ilatag mo away from Tamaru because she's being blocked, watched. So, might as well use, sounds redundant, use Gamit.
So now there's really an allowance for the other players to step up. And the good thing is, ito kanilang setter, matagal naman na nilang kalaro, of course, talking about that core.
6 out. 4.
Speaking of core, Oli and Camille Cal are now back. Still a 10-point lead for the Akari Chargers and a full front lineup for...
You know, when players know the substitution pattern, they know when they're coming in. May confidence eh. Hindi sila nanguhula kung baka gamitin ako, hindi. In the meantime, Janine Marciano, the veteran, ends up sprawled on the floor. She was a foot away from it. 9-point lead. Versosa now with her first point of the match.
So that Versosa in transition. Standing at 5'4", pero nakakalusot sa mga malalaking blockers.
Suddenly 5'4", and it's not exactly a tall height for volleyball. And Cal. I don't make those mistakes. I don't make those mistakes. But I'll take that. Give me pride nyo. Sorry.
And so far here in this game, both sides have proven na sobrang effective pumunta doon sa end corner ng court.
Totoo yan. Magandang observation yan. Cal. Oli. Set up. Versosa. Mart. Angeles makes it a set. Janine Marciano working over her. That was a quick set.
We did feature the connection that Akari had been trying to build during the VTR earlier in the pregame. But look at that. Camille Cal from Zone 6 setting up Sed Domingo and Sed converting with that first line hit. Ang ganda makita na nag-unfold na yung mga ganitong connection. Especially both are very new to the team. Of course, Camille previously with NextLed and Celine just joining the team this year.
Ang maganda kasi when you're winning, your confidence improves. Practice is fun. Training is fun. You like to go to training. Well, you haven't been winning, it becomes a job. What can we do in practice today? Where will we go after? Di ba? Mga kwentuhang masasaya. I think, did she get it? She got it. Right before the end line.
Oliver Sosa.
Now with their second point, one of the NCAA stars that we have here.
And she was the former captain of this team before they changed to Zus Coffee. When it was still a strong group, she was getting a lot of minutes. But this time, mababate ulit. Throwing away that serve.
Hindi ho kami may kasalanan.
The jinx.
Jinx. Kay Boom ako natatawa pag ginijinx niya. Ganda ng build-up niya. No? Tapos pag sumala, I jinxed her. Alam mo naman si Boom, pag dumiskarte, social eh. Di ba? Bigla sasabihin, I jinxed her. Boom, of course, doing a great job. One of our reporters over there for the Paris Olympics. Uwing-uwi na yun. Regalo. Naku, nabasa ng mabuti. Iwang. Sayang. Hindi natanganan ng mabuti ni De Los Reyes.
And again, that conscious effort from Akari Chargers and Amy Laxina to target cross-court when there is no libero.
The libero play of Akari is quite impressive as Ravenna and Max Wanko of FEU alternating in that position. Here's Danny. Here's Cal. That's in the corner. When you need a point, go to Oli.
Caro not even becoming less of a threat even when she's at the back row.
And we have a timeout asked for by Zus.
Bawi ka na. Let's go.
Convert.
Well, we're used to this by now. Jerry's approaches to let the players sort it out themselves. And I'm sure he has a different voice when he has the team in practice, in training. But their team with a big mountain to scale here. This serve, however, is missed.
+1 for Zus Coffee.
I noticed the imports, most of them, and I'm sure there's a few personality differences and cultural differences. But most of the imports that play here in the Philippines, they're having a ball. Huh? They're enjoying themselves. Just eating too much rice now. I remember the imports in Lindsay Stalzer. I'm eating too much rice. Wow, good shot. But she's all dressed up. You're right. She's going nowhere.
Look at Bakabak. Really hype blocking the reinforcement of the Thunderbelles.
We are going to see Jerry make a change. Nika Yanok is coming in.
8 out, 22. Tapia in.
Tapia, when she entered the game against Signal, it even earned her that starting slot against Choco Mucho. But ang ganda ng bunot sa kanya nun magic bunot and converting, I think, in double digits.
Yes. 10-point lead right now by Akari. They took the first set, 25-18. This will bite as Tapia finds a way to score.
She did start in the first set, pero clearly she struggled. Pero ngayon mukhang refreshed na, getting another perspective from the bench and right away converting.
I like the distribution of the different good volleyball programs. UST, LaSalle, Ateneo, Adamson, Benilde. In the meantime,
Off the block.
Amaro tried to reach for it but couldn't.
Nakabak 2 points already for this young lady. And
well distributed. Ocaro, not really that large in points.
Yeah.
She and Soltones have 7 each. Laxina with 8.
You see Cal also really highlighting all of the spikers, whether you're from the bench, coming off the bench.
Para siyang maitre d', no? Sino wala pang order? Sino pa walang service dito? Akin na, akong bahala sa inyo.
Well, also kasi patapos na rin yung this elimination round. So they need to have that confidence among all the players.
Parang sinasabi din niya, message niya, I will go to you. There will be times that I will go to you. Hindi ako puporsyento palagi kay Ocaro. Halimbawa, kasi pagka porsyento team ka, mababasa ka ng kabila eh.
And I think this is the best rest that Ocaro can get after scoring so much in their last 2 matches. But look at Domingo.
Fly. Just fly. And set Domingo with 6 points.
The speed and her contact on the ball, mataas. And the power on that last hit as well.
Since she came back from playing abroad, yung wrist action niya, ang laki ng in-improve. Yung pitik. Ocaro. Oh, right into the gut of the D.
Akari takes a second set.
She took a picture of it, sent it on Instagram. It became a story and a reel as well. And that will take care of business here in the second set. And now the mountain becomes even tougher to scale for Zus Coffee. And it's a 2-set-to-love lead by the Chargers surging ahead. the heart of Philippine volleyball continues to throb here at the Premier Volleyball League. Dominating performance so far, Mela, by the Akari Chargers, needing only 25 minutes in that second set.
Maganda na naging improvement on their overall game, especially on the attacking side. Earlier, they were at 26% attack efficiency as a team, but right now, they are at 51% attack efficiency compared to 22 lang ng Thunderbelles. And so, nahirapan talaga ang depensa nitong Zus Coffee, whether on the net or on the floor. They couldn't read who Camille Calos going to because she's been distributing the ball really well to several spikers. As we see, itong sila Ivy Laxina already with 8 points along with Ocaru, Soltones with 7, Domingo with 6 on the other side. Maganda rin ang naging bunot dito kay Dolly Versosa, scoring a couple of points. But just look at the disparity in terms of attacks. Half of what Zus Coffee were produced by the Akari Chargers at may on top pa na 3 blocks itong Akari. But good thing for Zus Coffee, they were able to limit their errors from 10 kanina, 3 na lang ngayon. But they really need more offense to stay at par with the efforts of Akari today.
The question you ask is, if you're taking a close look at Zus, where will the offense be coming from? Since Tamaru is really all locked up and bottled up by the defense of Akari. Basang-basa siya ng depensa ng grupo ng Akari.
Honestly, in their previous matches, other than the points contributed by Saka Tamaru, ang dami rin nilang nakukuhang puntos. Lagi rin nagdo-double digits itong si Pascual at si Gamit. But they also need to pass better so that they could maximize Gamit. Kasi napaka-effective nung kanyang running hit eh.
And that's why you understand why coaches can be so redundant in their reminders. They have to receive first, pass well. As we get underway with your third set, and that's on the ground. Hasn't been a good day for Saka Tamaru here today.
Ivy Laxina, on the other hand, she had some, despite her 18 points in their last match, medyo on and off pa din siya within the game. But this time, talagang very clean game for Ivy Laxina.
Well
Definitely
said. 9 points already
from her experiences. Kasi ang dami mong matututunan sa back-to-back 5-setter come from behind pa. So definitely this is a better game for Ivy Laxina.
Saka yung confidence, yes, we can compete. Yes, we can come back. Yung favorite expression ng volleyball community, yung kapit. Gretchen Soltones, this is one of the best forms I've seen her late. Of course, she's handled the injuries through the years. Gretchen whips it inside, and let's wait. The referees will confer. Gives us a chance to allow Franny Reyes to make a report. Franny, go ahead.
Thanks, Seb. This is a very different third set for the Akari Chargers compared to their last 2 games. Now they actually have a chance to win this game in just 3 sets rather than 5, which I'm sure is something that they're happy about. But I did get to speak with their reinforcement, Oli Acaro, about their previous games, and she told me that one of the reasons behind their slow starts is that they come to the games more reactive than proactive, something that they wanted to change today. They wanted to be more dominant, more aggressive, and still have that calm demeanor, but really taking command of the game at hand. She's looking for more consistency from herself and from her teammates. And if they stay consistent, they just might go home early tonight. This report was brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Get the most extensive PVL coverage for only 149 pesos a month. Back to the game.
Thank you very much, Franny Reyes. Just to remind you of what the call was when the referees conferred, it was a catch and pass called against Soltones. So the point went to Zus Coffee, which currently is leading at 3-1, and Mela Tunay touches the volleyball.
It's a Soltones making up for that.
They always worry when the ball goes here. You, Noringo, and the others, they know what to do. Bakit niyo pinoprotektahan si Mela Tunay? Kaya paluin niya yan. Here we go. 3-2 score. Alanganin. Pascual couldn't get a bead on that. And the call.
Not touch.
Net touch. Again, those depressing net touch calls.
You know what?
Pag player kayo, no, naiinis kayo na no? Pagka tinawagan kayo, gano'n na.
Dati po medyo may pagka-subjective din minsan. But now may challenge na kasi. So,
Ang gulo nun, ano? Nagwawala ang mga coaches dun.
dati acting ang labanan sa ganyan.
Ito, gaya nito. Check. Wala na yan. O ngayon, may check talaga, oh. O, pero challenge. O siya. Sige. Oh, those coaches, when they went bananas nung araw, ano? We have a challenge. We've not had too many today. And I think this is just the second that we have had here today. Coach Taka said, okay, well, let's go challenge this. What did you think of the win of Capital One kanina? That was impressive, huh?
Impressive and very tiring.
Oh boy.
Kasi talagang...
the game dragged in, no? When we were in the production room, we said, this is a 3-setter that's disguising as as an actual 5-setter. It became a 5-setter actually. Nailed biter all the way.
It's also a very big learning experience for the locals. Because, you know, in the case of Akari, as much as itong si Oli yung pumupuntos ng 31 ng 38, you see the locals also improving their game individually and as a local unit. And I'm sure itong Capital One will learn the same despite, you know, 45 points being... produced by the reinforcement, sila pa rin yung mag-gain nun in terms of experience.
True. So, we are in that mode where we're sorting out a challenge here. It's a very serious moment all of a sudden here. I wonder how this will turn out. We do have a challenge official overseeing this. But sometimes it's inconclusive. Huh? I like it when the referees have that quizzical look and they don't know what's happening. The first and second referee. Apparently, the communication has already been made. We are going to see this in a short while. Here we go. Tila ata wala. Tila meron. So, the point remains. No? For Zus Coffee.
Point and serve goes to Zus.
Very tough challenge.
Very close, very
Tulong-tulong.
hindi conclusive eh. So and you have to be on the ball watching which is the exact subject of review. And that's no question about that. Ancheta unable to handle the heat from Sultanes.
Ilgal also improving. Look at that. Medyo yung defense getting tight and almost over the net. Pero ang ganda nung agaw niya and very calmly setting up itong si Gretzel Sultanes as she converts.
Gretzel already registering 9 points. Cal with a beach volleyball-like move. Pascual's shot. Danny Rivera sliding on the floor. We have a missed.
There's a challenge.
But wait, there's a challenge.
Zus Coffee for a net fault.
Is it off the libero?
Net fault.
Net fault challenge.
You know, Jerry doesn't. Probably one of the assistant coaches also mentioned it.
May umami na. Second fair play. Hold on Akari.
For fair play.
When you see Gretzel Santoles smile, parang she got away. She was trying to be sneaky about it. But, well, nagkabistuhan na. Aminin ko na. Well, Zus is in the lead. Rare moment for them to handle the lead, but doesn't last very long as Oli Ocaro delivers her 9th of the game.
Oli Ocaro, despite her scoring, slowing down compared to her other outings, yung mismong laro niya, hindi slow down. Yung scoring lang kasi nga mas distributed na yung bola ngayon. The power is just the same, very emphatic.
And she's getting sets that she likes coming from Cal. Mondoñedo. Nicely done by Gamit, but not scored upon. They recycle. But they missed the target.
6-5.
Kasi nanggigil ng konti. Butas na butas yung kaliwa eh.
At saka balikan kasi. Ito, middle counter-attack in the middle of an ongoing rally.
Unahan
Gusto
natin.
nila unahan eh.
So Sultanes started to be known for her play with the San Sebastian program. In the meantime, that's too strong.
6-all.
So far, among the 3 sets, this is the closest. We are at 6-all. This is the best time for Zus Coffee to really, step on that gas pedal para ma-extend pa nila.
But it has to start with serving well, and Tamaru apologizes, says that one is too far.
For Akari.
Tamaru with just 4 points in this game.
Mababa ang porsyento niya, nabablock kasi siya eh. Markado siya eh.
But even in other skills,
that's Gamit niya. You were saying, sorry.
I mean, in other skills, hindi rin siya makabawi compared to how she performed last time in all the departments.
Yes, okay. We'll stretch out that point when we return after the technical timeout. As you know by now, the Olympics in Paris are in full swing, kaya sama-sama tayo sa laban ngayon sa pagsuporta sa mga atleta Pilipino nandun sa Olympic Games sa Paris. Na mapapanood yan dito sa Signal at sa iba-iba nating mga plataforma. Panoorin ang laban sa ating exclusive channels at iba pa sa high definition anytime, anywhere. Mag-subscribe din sa Sports Action Pack for only 300 pesos. We were talking about the percentage of Tamaru, and it's not in the numbers you probably will like, Mela.
That's right, just 14% on her attack efficiency today. Clearly not efficient compared to how she played in the previous matches. But speaking of efficiency, said Domingo, whether it's from attacks or serves, she's just really bringing her A game today.
She's doing a little of everything. Oh, look at that. Cena. Oh, that's not going to work.
10-6.
Akari is in the lead. Earlier, if you're just rejoining us or joining us for the first time, Zus had a taste of the lead, but they have been unable to sustain it. They're looking for a combination that will work. A team that will gel, that will flow together and play well even in transition. Here comes Seth Domingo, who messes up her serve.
Also for Zus Coffee, they cannot sustain their game kapag paisa-isa lang yung puntos nila and they're waiting for the errors of Akari, because Akari is capable of really scoring in streaks.
Itong Akari version na ito, ang daming weapons. Whoa, that'll work.
Especially in this game na maximized yung mga weapons na yun.
Cal is going to the arsenal, choosing whatever weapon she likes and then bringing it to the battle. Akari by 2 though. Oli pierces the defense anew. 10 points. First time to arrive at twin digits rather. And that's the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
So nice to see that the scoreboard of the Akari Chargers, dikit lang eh. 11 points for Laksina, 10 for Oli, 9 for Sultos. Hindi nagkakala yun. Kagaya last time, 38.
Masyadong malaki distansya. Parang isa lang magbabayad itong araw na yun. Ito, ano ito, divide the check.
Team effort.
Paano yun, no? Pag lumalabas ang barkada? Ang total ay tigpa 500 tayo. Ito, tama yung point mo. Which makes it so hard for Zus to play defensively against Akari. 12-8 is the tally. Akari threatening to make this a sweet deal of a straight sets win. Good cut shot by Tamara. She needs more of that, actually.
9.
Ito yung maganda dyan. Kanina kasi lagi siya napablock and of course outside yung kanyang mga palo. But this time, getting a point of that smart hit, she can slowly regain her confidence again after getting a point gradually.
Boy, this is not an easy group to be in kasi din, ano? They're with Signal, Akari, Petrogas, which I think lost earlier today. Choco also lost. So they have they need that first winning to make a difference in their life. Tamara with one hand on it. There's fourth touch. Fourth touch. No wonder Angeles was hesitant.
But the thing about this tournament format, advantage lang sa makaka-crossover yung magigain ng top 3 teams after the eliminations. But it doesn't mean out na ito mga lower seeded teams. In fact, they can even snatch a win during the crossovers.
But probably what I'm saying is getting a win will boost their confidence because Capital One, they're happy tonight.
Yeah.
Wherever they are right now.
Probably eating out.
Yeah. And the... ay. Nadinig mo yun? Ay. Maraming kahulugan ng ay sa buhay. And Camille Victoria, lakas na. Pagtama sa arm niya, she was not under the ball. You want to be in front and under the ball on the dig pass. Yeah, like what Laksina did. Cobb is back on the floor. Sultanes uncorks. Here's Mondoñedo, lets it fly. And that pierces the wall, but no, sir. We speak too soon. Mondoñedo. And that's blocked out. Sultanes knew it.
Tapia, she's the kind of player na hindi papahirapan yung sarili, basagin yung blockers. Although she's capable of that. But when she has the chance na gamitin yung blockers, magpa-check, that's what she do. Lalo na here in the PVL kasi she's up against taller players and veteran players.
Kailan gugulang ka dito eh, di ba? Gamitin mo yung smarts mo. Look at this. A 2-point, tied set, as that block is scored upon. Watch this.
And he saw you, great backswing. It's just that Ancheta really closed out the gap in the blocking pattern of the Thunderbelles.
That's a nice name, Thunderbelles. Sultanes lands it right in front of the libero. Angeles could not do anything about it.
Just a bit short on where that ball landed. But Sultanes tansyadong-tansyado eh.
I don't remember. Did you ever play libero?
No.
No, not at all.
Baka isumpa po. That's the worst
Sorry. Wrong memory.
idea.
Sobra ka naman. Kasi yung mga libero, di ba, pag right in front of them, naiinis sila na hindi nila nakuha. Joust. Oh! Captain play! Palo! Natinig mo? Sabi niya. Yan ang masarap pag wala masyado maraming tao. Didinig mo sinisigaw ng player. Sabi ni Laksina, palo! Sabi ni Sultanes, oh!
Sultanes really folding in mid-air.
Folding.
Nakita niya rin, isa na lang yung blocker na tira sa kanya. So, she twisted and went for that powerful cross-court hit.
Akari makes it a 2-point lead, but that is scored upon quickly by Tamaru.
15.
I think Tamaru is coming alive at the right time.
Medyo, 6 points already. But yun nga, ang baba na efficiency, just 8%. Close to 30 attempts earlier and only 4 conversions. Here comes Ancheta. Sultanes, Cobb reverses. Soyud unravels that spike. Mondoñedo with a quick set. Recycles the offense. Not getting sufficient power on their spikes. Not finding the right angle. Soyud is rejected. Cobb goes for the quick. Ancheta stretches for it but drops to the deck. Here comes Tamaro. Yes, gets it to go.
The set at 15.
You know, these Japanese players, konting gap lang dun sa dalawang blockers. Hahanapin at hahanapin talaga nila yan dahil they're really known for, you know, those quick snaps of the wrists.
Yes. Historically kasi, alam ng mga Japanese, they're smaller. They have to do something different against the taller European teams. Proven in the 64 and 68 Olympics when they started winning and volleyball became part of the Olympic program. In the meantime, Rachel Soltones. Oh, she got it. I thought she would overcook it. But ito po, dumating tayo sa pangalawang technical break. Yes, we will. I thought there was a challenge, but it won't be so. Don't go too far away.
Substitution, Akari. 6 out, 4, Okaro in. 24 out, 18, Cal back in.
No, okay. I don't think we caught her at her best at that moment.
Si Jaja Santiago.
And hubby's still working.
Humikab lang yan, but I'm sure she is enjoying the game.
Oo
Especially
naman.
the ratings are going
Alam mo,
up.
Derek. Kaya na lang naibuton na 16-15. Oh, look at Seth Domingo with a balletic move. Hello, alive, Mondoñedo. Napag-uusapan ng zombie, Buhay. Ayan, no? Sumisipa pa itong Zus, 16 all.
Daming na-recover na bola dyan ni Seth Domingo in that last sequence. But again, Tapia just very smart in getting her points. And I think sabay sila nitong ni Asaka Tamaro na nagigising dito sa third set.
Ayaw pa namin umuwi. Tapia. Cal, Rachel. Ang init ng sinaing. Sobra. Di may... Oh! Check ball. Challenge.
Soltones, we saw how high her contact was doon sa bola, which is ideal. Pero yung problema, malayo yung katawan niya. So yung wrist action,
I miss the reactions of the coaches nung walang challenge. Kung Fu, Shaq de los Santos, Roger Gorayev. Well, all for world peace. Sige. Okay, here it is. Layo.
Malayo. I think the referee confused yung sound.
Yes.
Lack of wrist action ni Gretzel. Or mali yung tinamaan, daliri, hindi palad.
Challenge is successful. Point and serve go to the Thunderbelles.
So, Zus Coffee, staying alive. 17, 16. Ay. Tapia was hoping that it would sail in. Jerry Yee was saying, why didn't you swing left?
Pero
Ba?
maganda yung target kasi
Oo,
nakapasok
butas.
si Soltones and
butas
Ivy was really at the middle.
Alam mo, yung service error, hindi lang puro technique mistake yan. Kasi may tina-target yan eh. Tamaro with a graceful spike. Okaro blasts away. Tamaro recycles. Oh, Ravenna is on the surface.
Sina off the hand of Mondoniedo.
Laxina and Soltones really collaborating on such a good game today for the outside.
Hindi ko pa rin sa regalo. Tanda ko na, hindi ko pa rin sa regalo. Parang papalit. Kasi alam ko nandiyan ka for coverage. Oh, Ravenna. Laksi. Ang taas ng palo ng Ivy. Sa taas kinuha.
Look at Cal really taking time kasi ang ganda nung naging depensa na yun ni Ravenna pero ang daming spin eh. So she took time to set it calmly to Laxina but I think yung giggle naman yung...
Oo, tapos ang palo flat na flat. Talagang walang pitik. Ooh, Sultan is good digging there. That's out. And Zus Coffee is back in the lead by 1.
Back-to-back errors by the Akari Chargers on the attacks.
Service.
And only here in the third set that Zus Coffee managed to get a taste of the lead against Akari.
That is blocked out.
19.
And it's tied anew at 19.
Oli Okaro choosing the smaller blocker in Dolly Versosa but almost blocked her. Good thing na-swipe niya enough to get that point. But imagine yung height 5'4". And clearly almost a 6-footer itong si Oli Okaro.
Tapia stretching and it's a difficult free ball but it's in play. Cal. That's much better from Laxina. That's what she wanted to do earlier.
20 to 19.
Ivy Laxina, she has a different approach when it's coming from a free ball. Ready for that C attack.
She has a ruthlessness. Meron siyang fierce look pagka gusto niyang diinan yung bola. Or ibaon, as volleyball would like to call it. Cal, Domingo, Oli. To the other end, Tamaro, Mondoniedo. That's rejected, but reset. Mondoniedo, pipe attack into the... Ooh, that nagkauntugan. That hurts. They will replay. That's a really bad hit. I think Sed got hit in the bridge of her nose. We probably will see it in there kasi break may bone dyan eh.
I remember this is exactly how I fractured my nose in 2015. But hopefully, both players are safe.
Eto, tingnan mo.
Oh, it was the shoulder of
Shoulder,
Sed.
Inilag na ni Sed yung... I thought initially Sed was worried about the nose area, the face.
It was stress from the impact, but both players are good to go. And Akari,
Kasi kung minsan pag iniiwasan mo, mas lalong nagkakakontak eh.
Replay.
so replayed point
You
for
replayed the point.
the Chargers.
The interest there was the safety of the players. We could have played on, but that was of paramount importance. Mondoniedo. That is oil, sealed, with nowhere to go for Dolly Versosa.
Oli Okaro making that ball land on Dolly's feet. Just look at that.
You know, also the college players now playing probably their first or second season, they're realizing, ang tatangkat ng tao dito. Oh, Zeta unable to manage that.
Sed Domingo with 3 service aces already in this game. 8 points in total for her. I I jinxed her.
The
As
Thunderball.
Boom would like
wala
to
akong
say.
sasabihin, ha? Wala akong sasabihin. No, but she was trying to go down the line. So again, the service, there are miscues. You just can't say, from a commentary point of view, they should manage their errors, and these happen. You just don't want them to be too many. That is hit really badly by Victoria. Just too high. She knows it. You know, walling is one of the most boring exercises usually in training, but you need that to create that wrist action. So many drills in volleyball can be redundant, eh. But you're developing muscle memory, actually. 22-21. Soltones, Cal. I love it. Out!
Max Wangko and her reaction after Laksina. She acted like she was gonna get that. But minsan, you know, these antics eh.
Kuminsan pag fake, tinatamaan, di ba? Yung aartihan, minsan may disgrasya dyan. Mondoñedo. Ganda ng palo, pero ito namanid sa baba. Laksina, cuts it up. Tapia. Tamaro!
And the Victoria.
Ironically, Tamaro has been scoring more from the back row with those
And five
off-speed
of
shots.
her 8 points have happened here in this set, where you correctly pointed out she apparently has come alive here. Mondoñedo. Laksina. Oh, bullet.
Victoria.
As we arrive at match point from Victoria.
The thing about Camille Victoria, she's played multiple positions as well, parang si Ivy Laksina. And so, kahit saan siya abutan na part ng court, no, etong si Camille Cal would have a lot of options kung ano isa-set sa kanya, and she would convert.
Janine Marsan.
We weren't able to mention it a lot also in this game, but clearly that Danny Ravena is playing much better in this game.
Here's Marciano and trying to ice it. But no, Coach Taka says, why me? But he's very alert. Kicked it away. 24-23.
Tapia against the triple block.
Ay, pa mo yun siya.
Serving for Zus.
Don't look now, Tamaru is in the front row.
Where's Sosa? Cal. And let's go home.
Nanigurado and Pumorsento dito kay Oli Ocaro. But
25.
clearly Akari playing much better as a unit in this game.
Okay, the panalo play of the game ay hatid sa inyo ng Yakult. Yakult every day. Every day. Okay. We'll bring this to a close with the confirmation of the score in just a short while, but we'll also get to know our best player of the game. We'll take a very short break and wrap up the day very shortly.
We'll see you all on Saturday, August 3, here at the Phil Sports Arena. At 1 o'clock, Farm Fresh Foxies will take on the Mexican Cavaliers. At 3 p.m., Galleries Tower will face the Greenland Cool Smashers. And at 5 o'clock, PLBT Ice Tea Gritters will take on the Cherry Tivo Crossovers. That's on Saturday, August 3, here at the Phil Sports Arena. Have a good evening, folks.
Okay, in just about couple 30-minute sets, it's a win by the Akari Chargers. And quickly now to Franny Reyes with our best player of the game.
Thanks, Seven Mela. Your player of the game, none other than Ivy Laxina of 13 points, 11 attacks, and 2 blocks. Ivy, magpakita ka naman dyan. Ivy, nagkabanggaan kayo ni Sed. May I ask first, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Okay naman po. Medyo na bingi lang ng konti. Pero okay naman po.
Happy to hear that you're okay. This is, of course, a 3-set win for you in the Akari Chargers. What did you do differently to finish so early for the first time in a while?
Siguro po, nagkaroon po, lang po kami ng sarili, kung paano talaga kami gumalaw. So, para sabi din ni Coach Taka, respect sa kalaban talaga.
Ngayon, ang next nyong kalaban ay ang Signal HD Spikers. Both of you are undefeated in this group. Anong gagawin ng Akari Chargers para mag-prepare for the game?
Same pa din po. Lagi sinasabi ni Coach Taka, aral ulit. Tapos gawin ulit namin kung ano yung nasa sistema para ready kami pag humarap kami sa
Ivy, alam ko madami kang babatiin. So, now is your chance to the camera. Go ahead.
Hello po sa family ko po na nasa Pampanga, kina daddy po, and kay mama ko po nanonood ngayon. And sa Lapus family and sa Kalpa. Happy birthday po kay Sir Chris and kay Sir Russell. And hello po sa Chu family. And hello po sa mga tita ko and mga taga-LNW. And si Kimpoy daw po.
Thank you so much, Ivy. Congratulations to you and the Akari Chargers on your 3-set win. 7 Mela, let's close this out.
Thank you very much, Franny, and the unbeaten record of Akari stays on, Mela.
At yan nga yung mas kaabang-abang, no? Dahil sila yung maghaharap both 4-0, talking about the Signal HD Spikers and the Akari Chargers. But let's take a look back at the match highlights. And Franny did mention this is the first time in a while na uwi na maaga itong Akari, no, come from behind win because they did focus on starting strong and finishing strong at that. But nothing to take away from Zus Coffee. They did their best effort, especially in that third set. And unfortunately, yung kanilang inaasahan na main weapon, attacking weapon, ay medyo off yung laro today. And they really lack the other materials or other people to step up. Although we saw some highlights from Versosa to with Tapia also. But overall, the efforts produced by Akari as a unit, they're much improved. The connection also, it's not, hindi nahabol nitong Zus Coffee Thunderbelles. And so, it is a 3-set win by the Akari Lady Chargers at kabang-abang talaga yung kanilang magiging matchup. Reinforcement sa reinforcement, MJ Perez, and ito medyo nakapagpahinga si Oli Ocaru. But tingnan natin how many points yung magiging matchup nila in the next match.
Some of the numbers, and nung mag-lead ang Zus, they had a fling with the lead, but they could not sustain it, Mela.
And just look at that, nung set number 1, 10 errors ang nakommit nitong Thunderbelles. Pero nahabol din ng Akari Chargers yung errors na yan. They even ended up committing more, and that is why we had a much closer third set. But in terms of the scoring department, atake, halos doble ang naitala dyan. Blockings also and aces. Mas maraming naitalang puntos ang Chargers dyan. It just so happened towards the latter part, na-force din sila mag-commit ng errors. Of course, with a better performance also of the Thunderbelles.
Well said by Mela Tuna here today, doing an excellent job breaking down our game here, and Franny Reyes doing the great reports. And we have the schedule come Saturday. Farm Fresh against next led. Creamline against Galleries, Cherry against PLTT. So in behalf of all of us here in the Premier Volleyball League production staff and announcers, thank you for joining us. We'll have more beats and throbs from the heart of volleyball here in the Premier Volleyball League in the days ahead. Good night.